Hello everyone, we have a little bit of a different video today. This is going to be a purely sat down video because today, as you would have obviously seen by the title, I have a little bit of a book haul to do. It's a lot of books, I think it's 25, yeah, but I'm very excited about all of them. Sorry, I didn't realise my knee was one of them I've actually already read. I finished it today. Today is the 2nd of September as I'm filming this, and one of these books, actually a few of them, but specifically one of these is in my September TBR, so I've already finished it. But where do I even start? I don't know where to start. Let's start with, I guess, the order that came in first. So the first order that I received was from Amazon, and I ordered quite a few books from Amazon. The first one's being the 2 books that are out in the Windy City series. As you would have seen in one of my vlogs, I read Mile High and I absolutely loved it. I did give it 5 stars, but in hindsight maybe it's more of a 4.5 because it is quite long and the ending is a little bit annoying. But anyway, I really wanted to have a physical copy, and more specifically I wanted to read, the hair stuck in my hair, so yeah. I wanted to read the second book, but I wanted to have, I wanted to read it physically, and you can't just buy a sequel, you know, so I got both books in this series, and I believe that the next one is coming out in, I want to say November maybe. There's a new one coming out soon, which I'm very excited about. Then I got Icebreaker by, these were by Liz. In my other video I said Tom Ford, but I think it's pronounced Tomford, so I don't know. Liz Tom Ford, who knows. And then yeah, I got Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I've seen loads of things about this book on TikTok, so I really just wanted to see what it was like. I'm kind of in my romance moment, and I've been buying a lot of romance books, so I thought I might as well just grab a physical copy. And then I got The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. I saw someone read this in a vlog, and it was definitely, like, the way she described it, it was not what I thought it was about, and it made it seem a lot more interesting. It's like Victorian women's society, but there's like pirates and all these fun things going on, and I was like, oh, that sounds kind of good. So I decided to pick this one up as well. And then the next book is a series that I've been wanting to get into, which is the Veronica Speedwell mystery series. I think this is just set in Victorian England, and it's like a very long mystery series, and it follows this girl, obviously Veronica Speedwell, but I also think there's a little bit of a romance moment, and it just sounds really good. And yeah, I know that there's like a lot of books, so I just kind of wanted to get into it. But yeah, I am extra excited about this one, but I probably won't start it for a few months because I have a very packed TBR. The next is, I feel like everyone's seen this book. It got very popular a couple of years ago on TikTok. I feel like this was one of the OG BookTok books, like when BookTok really started becoming a thing. But I never picked it up because I was one of those annoying people, and I've only just broken out of it, one of those annoying people that never wanted to read anything that was like going viral. Same with shows, I would never watch anything that was like going viral in the moment. I'm over that now. Since I read Fourth Wing, I'm like, oh, I need to jump on the hype. And I've been wanting to read some Ali Hazelwood books, and I thought where better to start than with The Love Hypothesis. I know they're not really like, you can kind of read them in any order, but I thought I would start with The Love Hypothesis. I've realised I'm talking really quickly. We're 4 minutes in and I've covered 6 books. Maybe I can talk a little bit slower. Next, it's a crime actually that I have not read this book yet. This book came out years ago and it was popular years ago. But since the movie came out, obviously it's kind of reflourished and everyone's really excited about it again. But including me, I want to read it now. I'm excited about it. Because I've seen so many clips. My TikTok is literally filled with Alex and Henry, and yeah, I just thought this is the perfect time to pick this book up. The movie's just come out, I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna watch the movie, although I probably won't pick this up until like November, because like I said, September and October, very strict packed TBRs, but after that we can have some fun, and I think this will be one of the books that I pick up. And then this is the book that I'm not giving like many synopsises. I feel like people know what some of these books are about though. This is the book that I've already finished. You can see all of my lovely tabs, and that is Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I'm not telling you guys who these books are by. This one's by Deanna Rayborn, A Curious Beginning. I didn't even say what it's called, A Curious Beginning. Oh, I'm failing at this. And then The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels is by India Halton. And Red, White and Royal Blue is by Casey McQuinston. Okay. Back on track. Yes, Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. Yeah. Loved this. I finished it literally a couple of hours ago and it was so good. I gave it 4 stars only because I feel like I wanted more. But anyways, this is not a wrap-up video. So this book follows our 2 main characters, Winifred, Win for short, and Beau. And they meet at a Halloween party and they have a little one-night stand, but it ends in an accidental pregnancy. That's not in the synopsis, but I feel like you kind of need to know that if you want to go into this book, because accidental pregnancy is something that a lot of people hate, and in some circumstances I do hate it, but the whole book literally focuses on her getting pregnant and how they like navigate it together, having not really known each other, and you know, how they progress from it and stuff. And it's really good and I do recommend it. I loved it. And that was all from Amazon. Then so you would have seen, because I think it will go up before this video, I did a 24-hour readathon where I read the whole like original Percy Jackson series, which is behind me here, and I loved it. It was such a good time. It was so fun. I did love it a lot. So obviously I had to go back onto the Works website and I had to buy the whole of the Heroes of Olympus series, and I'm so very excited. Oh, they were all out of order. It's okay. I'm so excited to read this. Book 1, which is The Lost Hero, is actually on my TBR for this month, because I just can't wait. Although I have found out that someone is not in this book and I'm kind of annoyed about it, but I think, you know, appearances are made throughout the series, so it's okay. But obviously this is in the Percy Jackson world, but it follows kind of a new set of characters, 2 of which I know are called Jason and Juno, but I don't really know much about this. I kind of want to go in blind. We were given kind of a hint as to what this series will follow in the long run at the end of the last Percy Jackson book. But yeah, so there's 5 books in this series. We have The Lost Hero, and then we have The Son of Neptune, which these covers are like so intense, like very detailed, but they're so pretty. So yeah, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, which I'm excited for this one, and the final one, which is called The Blood of Olympus. And I am just, yeah, so excited to get into these books, and hopefully it won't take me too long to get through them all. Maybe hopefully by like Christmas time I will have read all of these, because there's so many series of Rick Riordan's that I need to get through. This is just the beginning. You know, you start the Percy Jackson series, but really you start a multiverse, like all in the same world, but there's like 5 series or something to start, so you know, I'm just getting started. I can't wait. And then I did go to Waterstones. Probably shouldn't have, but I only got 2 books. The first one being The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Again, everyone is talking about this book. I'm intrigued. I am enjoying delving into different genres recently, and I think this is a bit more of like I mean, it's not fantasy or romance. I think there's a romance element to it, but that's not like its main thing. I think it's like mystery or something. But basically, our main character, Avery, inherits a $1 billion fortune from this guy that she doesn't really know, and she doesn't know why he left it to her, and he like has a family that's very mad that this random girl got their like family members' money, and they didn't. And then there's a game, and I don't even know what's going on in this book, but it sounds very fun, and I don't know, I kind of want to read it next month because I feel like it could fit these semi-spooky vibes, because it says it's a deadly game. So who knows, maybe you'll see this on my TBR next month. And then I bought the collector's edition of Throne of Glass, and it is just stunning. I saw it and I was like, I kind of have to. Having just finished the series, where is she? She's way up there. There she is, up there. Having just finished the series and loving it so much, honestly guys, it could be my favourite Sarah J Maas series over ACOTAR, but I'm rereading them all, so I'm not going to commit to that until I finish my reread. But obviously I had to buy the collector's edition. She's gorgeous, and the map is more detailed. It's more giving the ACOTAR map, because the ACOTAR map is very detailed, whereas the Throne of Glass map felt very like 2D. I guess because it was her first published book, right? So it wasn't... A bus just cut me off. But it wasn't like as detailed. But this... And then if you haven't read the book, I won't tell you what these things are, but there is some... Can you see? Some stuff on the edges, which I don't... And then there's something in the middle. And then also the chapter headers are different. It's this sword. So it's quite different, and I'm just excited to have it out and displayed. Oh, there's also a ribbon bookmark. So, very exciting. I can't wait to just have this like outward facing on my shelf. And then the final stack of books, apart from one, aren't very exciting. I had to order 9 books for uni. I'm going into my second year this year, and there's a lot of reading. I mean, my core literature module is just called the novel, and it's a whole bunch of just novels. But before I talk about those, there was one personal fun book that I bought. This order's from World of Books, by the way, and that is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is the Wyverns and Words. They say Wyvern. I thought it was Wyvern. I'm gonna say Wyvern. Wyvern and Words book club pick. I'm in 3 book clubs. This is one of the picks. But I was already kind of planning to pick up Robin Hobb soon. But this kind of just gave me a little push, you know? And I'm so excited. This is on the TBR for this month. I'm literally I was waiting for this order to arrive so I could start this book. So this will be started, if not today, then probably tomorrow, because I'm very excited about it. But yeah, so this is Assassin's Apprentice, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what it's about, but I know it's a big, like, it's the beginning of a very big fantasy world with multiple series within the like main series, if that makes sense. And this is just book 1, and apparently Robin Hobb's writing is very good and like emotional, and I just can't wait. But yeah, I love the cover. It feels like olden day. I don't know. I love it, and I cannot wait to read it very soon. And then yeah, the rest aren't super fun. They're kind of fun, I guess. Little classic moment. They're not like super fun. So first we have 2 little mass market paperbacks, which I do love the vibes. The first one is To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. Could not tell you what this is about. A family holiday. It's tension and affection. I've got no idea what this is about, but it's Virginia Woolf. I did try to read Orlando, and I did not personally enjoy her writing, so this might take me a while to get through. She's not my favourite. Classics aren't my favourite. Don't know why I'm doing an English degree if classics aren't my favourite, but you know, it's nice to be well read. So that's that one. And then this one, I kind of love the cover. This is Nights at the Circus by Angela Carter. Again, a little mass market paperback. It's so tiny. And this one, I have no idea. But I think it follows a woman in a circus. And from what I've seen, this circus goes to like different countries, because part 1 is called London and then part 3 is called Serbia. Where's part 2? Where do they go in part 2? Petersburg. So yeah, I guess this circus kind of travels all around the world. I don't know, but I love the cover. It feels very like classic and vintage, and I love it. And circus vibes are fun, so I am actually kind of excited about this one, and I have heard very good things about Angela Carter's work, so I'm excited. The next is Mole Flanders by Daniel Defoe. This is actually on my September TBR because I believe it's going to be studied within the first few weeks of me going back to uni. Again, don't know what it's about. Should we figure it out? The career of a woman known as Mole Flanders, whose real name we never discover. And so in a tour de France of writing by the businessman, blah, blah. It's about this woman, which is so vague. So I guess I'm going to go into this blind. Across the 17th and early 18th century in England and America, born in a prison and seduced in the home of her adoptive family, she learns to live off her wits, defying the traditional depiction of women as helpless victims. Ooh, this actually sounds good. Okay, I'll give it a chance. I have to read it. Otherwise my professor is going to get mad at me, rightfully so. But actually, I kind of like this. This sounds interesting. And then next we have 2 classics that everyone knows, and I don't own and I haven't read. The first is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Is this about... It's a love story. Of course it is. Of course it is. I feel like the classic female writers were doing bits for the romance genre, you know? But this is just the Wordsworth edition of Jane Eyre. I was just on World of Books, and if it said like buy 3 get the 4th for free, I was like, I will pick that edition, so I wasn't really fussy. Yeah, all I know is that this is a romance. I think I started the film and it seemed kind of like gothic-y vibes. So maybe if I can, I will read this in October, but I don't know where it falls on the reading list lessons, you know? But that's that one. And then I have Emma by Jane Austen. Again, another classic. I also think I may have seen half of the movie for Emma. Is it with that actress who's Argentinian, I think? I don't know. The blonde one. And she was in The Menu, and I think she was in it, I think I've seen some of it. Again, I think it's another romance, to be honest with you. It's also huge. I'm a little bit intimidated. She's like 460 something pages, which is long, but this is also on the TBR for September. Those 2 books may change off of the TBR, but I'm just going off the chronological order of the reading list, but I don't know if that's the order that the seminars are going to take place. So this may change, but I'm potentially reading this month. But it says, rich, charming, spoiled, obsessed with matchmaking and blind to everyone's faults, including her own. Interesting. It doesn't even really give you a synopsis, but I guess we'll see what this is about. It's a classic. People like it, you know? And then the next is Oryx and Crate by Margaret Atwood. Now I think there is some sort of monster element to this, because this is for a module I'm taking called Monsters, and that module follows books that have monsters in them, so I'm assuming that's what this one involves, a monster, but I don't really know. It's Margaret Atwood, and I did read, is it called? Handmaid's Tale, duh. And I did quite enjoy it. I do enjoy her writing, so I'm sure I will like this. It is quite long though. Kind of intimidating that I have to read like one of these a week, but Pigs might not fly, but they are strangely altered. So, for that matter, are wolves and raccoons. A man once named Jimmy now calls himself Snowman and lives in a tree wrapped in old bed sheets. That just sounds very peculiar. But I am kind of intrigued by that, and I am kind of excited to read this one. Not a big fan of the cover though. I don't remember picking this one. I think they sent me a different edition, but that's okay. Then we have The Beetle, a Mystery by Richard Marsh. Again, this is for my monsters class. Oh, there's a beetle from Egypt. It's bent on revenge for crime committed against the devotees of an ancient religion, and it goes to London. That sounds kind of cool. This one's a bit shorter, not as intimidating. And then penultimately, we have Small Island by Andrea Levy. I believe this is a book that tackles some racism, I believe, because my friend did it for her A-level like final piece. But other than that, I don't really know. I think it's set in like World War II times, yeah. But that is... Here it says, Small Island explores a point in England's past when the country began to change in this delicately wrought and profoundly moving novel. Andrea Levy handles the weighty themes of empire, prejudice, war, and love with superb lightness and a touch of generosity. With lightness of touch and generosity of spirit, whatever. It sounds very interesting, and I am excited to pick this one up also. And then finally, the final book that I have bought recently is Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. Very famous author, obviously. I feel like Ishiguro is very famous. Don't know what this one's about. This is a common theme. All of the books for uni, I just don't know what they're about. Shall we have a look? It says, Kathy, Ruth, and Tommy were pupils at Hailsham, an idyllic establishment situated deep in the English countryside. The children there were tenderly sheltered from the outside world, brought up to believe that they were special, and that their personal welfare was crucial, but for what reason were they really there? It's only years later that Kathy, now aged 31, finally allows herself to yield to the pull of memory. What unfolds is the haunting story of how Kathy, Ruth, and Tommy slowly come to face the truth about their seemingly happy childhoods and about their future. Honestly, that has told me nothing about what this book is about. I don't know, they go to a school, maybe it's like a dodgy, creepy school, who knows. But that was all of the books. The sun is starting to set, the lighting is getting weird. But yeah, those were all of the books. I'm very excited about most of them. This lighting is getting very weird. Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little haul. It is a bit of a different video, so I hope it was okay. But yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one.